This K&N air intake system is designed to increase power and acceleration by reducing restriction in the intake path. K&N 63-2578 air intake comes with a carbon fiber lid for easy filter access. This air intake fits 2011 and 2012 Ford Mustang GT models with 5.0-liter engines. The 63-2578 air intake is not legal for highway use in California or other states adopting California emission standards. Check knfilters.com for an up-to-date list of models that this air intake fits and for a list of other CARB adoption states. K&N power testing showed an estimated power gain of 20 horsepower at 5,400 RPM with the 63-2578 air intake installed on a 2012 Ford Mustang GT with a 5.0-liter engine. Actual results will vary depending on condition of the vehicle, mileage, weather, and other variables. With the air intake installed, we ran the vehicle on the dyno to test the sound comparison versus the stock intake. The intake system includes components that have been designed or matched to the needs of these vehicles to produce a safe horsepower increase. Detailed installation instructions are included with this kit. The tools needed for this install are shown. Turn off the ignition and disconnect the negative battery cable. Lift up the engine cover and remove it from the vehicle. Cut the clamp that secures the engine pulse hose to the drum and disconnect the hose from the drum. Release the clamp which secures the engine pulse hose to the intake tube. Then remove the engine pulse hose from the vehicle. Install the provided cap onto the drum. Unhook the mass air sensor electrical connection. Disconnect the crankcase vent hose from the factory intake tube and valve cover port. Then remove the vent tube from the vehicle. Some models may be equipped with an EVAP vent hose. For these models, it will be necessary to disconnect the EVAP vent hose from the factory intake tube. Loosen the hose clamp that secures the factory intake tube to the throttle body. Release the two upper air box retaining clips. Remove the upper air box and intake tube from the vehicle. Remove the bolt that secures the lower air box to the inner fender. Remove the lower air box from the vehicle. Install the two airbox mounting studs onto the bottom of the airbox and secure it with the provided hardware. Install the filter adapter into the airbox and secure it with the provided hardware. Remove the two airbox mounting grommets from the factory airbox. Install the airbox mounting grommets onto the two mounting studs installed on the K&N airbox. Set the K&N airbox into the vehicle so that the mounting studs slide into the mounting holes, then secure it with the hardware provided. Install the provided silicone hose onto the filter adapter and secure it with the provided hose clamp. Install the provided silicone hose onto the throttle body and secure it with the provided hose clamp. Install the crankcase vent fitting into the K&N intake tube. On vehicles that have an EVAP vent line attached to the intake tube, install the 3/8" vent fitting into the K&N intake tube. On vehicles that do not have the EVAP vent line attached to the intake tube, install the NPT plug into the intake tube. Remove the two bolts securing the mass air sensor into the factory intake tube. Then remove the mass air sensor from the intake tube. Install the provided mass air adapter gasket. Install the mass air sensor into the K&N adapter and secure with the provided hardware. Install the mass air sensor assembly into the intake tube so the open end of the sensor is facing the filter end of the tube and secure it with the provided hardware. Install the K&N intake tube into the silicone hose at the airbox and then into the silicone hose at the throttle body. Secure it with the provided hose clamps. Install the crankcase vent hose into the fitting on the K&N intake tube and onto the valve cover. For vehicles equipped with an EVAP vent line, connect it to the fitting installed in the K&N intake tube. Reconnect the mass air sensor electrical connection. Install the K&N air filter onto the filter adapter and secure it with the provided hose clamp. Install the K&N carbon fiber airbox lid and secure it with the provided hardware. Reinstall the engine cover. Reconnect the vehicle's negative battery cable. Double check to make sure everything is tight and properly positioned before starting the vehicle. It will be necessary for all K&N high-flow air intake systems to be checked periodically for realignment, clearance, and tightening of all connections. Failure to follow the above instructions or proper maintenance may void warranty. K&N makes products for nearly every vehicle on the road. The K&N website allows you to search products by vehicle or dimension, download installation instructions, view dyno charts showing estimated horsepower gains for this product, and view product details. For information on where to buy K&N products, go to knfilters.com.